everybody. It's Monday evening actually. It's a bit later than usual. It's 8:15. I don't know about you, but are you finding that time is getting away from you somewhat? I was up and at them and working and doing and busy by about 9 a.m. this morning, and yet somehow it's now 8:15 before I get the chance to talk to you guys. I've had a good day, busy day. I did my half an hour's cleaning in the front room. I even moved the sofa and hoovered underneath it. And then I found £1.20, so that was totally worth it. I have been out with Jim the dog. What else have I been up to? Cleaned the upstairs bathroom, that was exciting. Filmed 2 new workouts for the Dave of Dave's Gym YouTube channel. So I've just set Dave's bodyweight workout live now. And we thought we'd have fun with some workouts, and we used 20-sided dice for exercise and rep selection. So there's Dave's bodyweight one up now, and actually by the time you see this, my dice workout will be live as well, but I do mine with kettlebells. So if you're interested in a bodyweight or kettlebells workout, head over to the Dave's Gym channel, which is linked down below, and see if you felt as disgusting as we did by the end. Yeah, they needed filming and uploading, and then there was IT issues, but we got it done. What else have I done? Laundry, that was exciting. I think that's kind of it. And somehow I've managed to fill my day. I did have a bath. Oh, that was nice. I was cleaning my bedroom last week, and I was putting some old nail varnish away, and I found a set of macaroon bath bombs that Max got me for Christmas. So I treated myself to a bath bomb. It was lovely. So I think I was in my pyjamas by about 6 p.m. Perfect. What I wanted to do today was just finish off the last of the Q&A. I've got 4 questions. They're the last ones on my list. So I'll get through those. And I've got some ideas for some different vlogs this week that hopefully you will find a bit more interesting. Okay, first question is from Summer Sue. Hello, how are you doing? You all right? I hope you're all right. She asks, what is your favourite yarn weight to knit with? Multiple answers, completely acceptable. And I appreciate the flexibility, Summer Sue. What is my favourite yarn to knit with? I don't think I could choose between fingering weight and DK. Fingering weight because that's the most common weight used by indie dyers. So you always get the most tempting colourway ranges and speckles and tonals and variegated options, and yeah, I do love knitting with fingering weight, and I love wearing hand knit socks. But DK is very satisfying because things work up so much more quickly, and yeah, there's nothing to beat a DK weight cardigan. DK used to be pretty much the standard British weight of yarn. You could get Aran weight, which is obviously heavier, but fingering weight 4-ply until recently, the last sort of 10 years or so, was very much baby knitting. So you could get plenty of acrylic and sort of machine washable, things like that. But mostly it was DK. I don't know if that's the same in the States. You seem to have fingering sport, which isn't a British thing, and then worsted, which is like a heavy DK, light Aran. But from what I can see, DK is making inroads into the States. So yeah, it's a really lovely weight to work with. Lou Catter said, if you could only knit one type of project for all of the rest of time, what would it be? Oh God. It would be a toss-up between socks and jumpers, like sweaters, because they are my favourite hand-knitted items to wear. If you were going to push me to choose one, I would go with jumpers and just really hope that Jenny and my mum would keep knitting me socks. Is that cheating? Is that getting out a little bit? Yeah, I think I'd probably choose jumpers over socks. Not because I necessarily appreciate the finished item more, but because I don't enjoy the starting of projects. I love winding yarn. I get my Swift and my ball winder out and have a fine old time. But I'm the sort of person, I'm quite a type A knitter. So whenever I start something, you've got to find a project bag and set your project page up on Rav, and you've got to faff around with tension and things like that. At least with a sweater, once you've done it, there's usually weeks, if not months worth of knitting in the project before you have to go through the whole palaver again. But then on the other side, I'm so familiar with socks and the sock yarn I use and the tension I get with the needles that I like, that I don't really have to bother doing a tension tube for those. Ooh, dilemma. Both is good. Emsbeck75 asks, if you are just learning to knit, what is the best thing to start with? The best thing to start with is something that you really, really, really want, the finished object. Most people start with a scarf. Bad decision. Endless, bleeding endless, and usually quite tedious as well. So I would say start with a project that you are aching to actually have the finished object. Hats are quite good. Yes, in the round might not be an obvious choice for getting you going, but it's really not that much more difficult than anything else. And you don't know that it's supposed to be harder, so why not start with a hat if that's what you want, or a cowl, or anything at all. The only thing I would not suggest starting is anything where your tension, your gauge, is very important. Just because as you get increasingly used to how you knit and figuring out your most efficient way of working, your tension is likely to change quite a bit at the very start. If, for example, you were desperate to knit socks, by all means make that your first project, but maybe consider a heavier weight sock or something like a ribbed pattern, just because the stretch of the fabric is far more forgiving of tension issues. So yeah, just pick something that you actually want. Max is creeping into the kitchen, that's fine. And then last question came from Melinda on YouTube, who snuck in at the last minute. Where am I originally from and how did I meet Mr. Pins? I'm originally, you hear the dog rustling in the background. Jim, I'm recording. Oh, no respect. I'm originally from Stratford upon Avon in the Midlands in the UK. So if you draw a dot right in...
Met me in her dreams.
Oh God, go away. If you draw a dot in the middle of England, that's pretty much where Stratford on Avon is. It's the birthplace of Shakespeare. It's about 30 miles south of Birmingham, if that's a more useful reference point. We moved there as a family when I was 8, and I lived there until I was 19 when I moved to Cardiff for university. How did I meet Mr. Pins? Well, I had a year out between finishing my A-levels and going to university, during which time I got 2 jobs. I worked as a secretary for a temping agency, and I had an evening and weekends job as a barmaid in the Rose and Crown. And although I had 2 jobs, I'm the sort of person that likes being busy, and I wanted to maybe get a bit fitter and stronger before I headed off to university. So I joined my local leisure centre gym. Can't remember what it was called, but it's run by the local council, and their rules were that every new member had to have an induction session with a gym instructor to be shown how to use the equipment before they'd let you loose. So I signed up to the gym, and then I realised that having 2 jobs meant that I had no time to actually go and exercise. So I cancelled my membership, only they failed to put the cancellation through. But when I noticed, it was only 3 months before I moved to Cardiff, and they offered me 3 months free membership instead. And I was like, fine. That was my original plan. I'll go get fit. And Dave was the instructor assigned to me for my gym induction. And that's how we met, basically. I will confess that during that first session when he was showing me how to use all the machines, I fell off the back of a treadmill. He got me going on it just at a walking pace, and was explaining, you know, how to make it go faster and slow and whatever. And he was telling me how to increase the speed. And for some reason, I just stopped moving. I think I was too busy listening to what he was saying. And I just very slowly fell right off the back of the treadmill. Landed on my feet. It wasn't a complete embarrassing disaster, but it was fairly embarrassing. So if Dave ever laughs at me with my technique when it comes to gym and exercise and all the rest of it, I'm just like, well, you knew exactly what you were getting into. You really can't complain about it now. So yeah, I married my gym instructor. That is the end of all the Q&As. Thank you very much to everybody that submitted a question. If this sort of thing is interesting, by all means, send me some more questions and I'll do another one in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.